So let's jump right into this video. First things first, thank you to YGwigs for sponsoring this video. YGwigs is where I got these crochet braids from. If you're not familiar with crochet braids, this is how they look on the end. And so essentially all you're gonna do is create a foundation to attach the crochet braids to using a crochet needle. Don't worry, I'm gonna show you guys exactly how you achieve this style step by step. So let's jump right into it. So right here, I am just sectioning off the part that is going to be my illusion. This front section is going to be where I'm creating that illusion foundation that's going to make it look like boho, box braids, boho knotless braids, or what have you. Basically, I'm going to create individual parts as if I was doing real individual braids, but I'm going to connect each individual box to the box behind it. And then right here, I'm just taking one of my braids and holding it up to the section to make sure my section is the right size. It was a little bit too big, so as you can see, I'm just taking some of the hair and making a smaller box section. So now I'm going to go in with my braid conditioning gel. I used, what is it called? Oh my gosh, what's the most popular one? I literally can't think of it right now, but it's going to be linked down below. And then I'm just going to start to create that box illusion or start braiding that section. Now, here's the thing. If you are doing this for the first time, you need to be patient with yourself, especially when doing your first couple of rows. It took me a few tries before I really got the hang of what I was doing. I kept getting hair from a different section caught in the section that I was working on. So just be patient with yourself. But I will say, after I got through my first 2 rows, the rest of them were such a breeze. All in all, it took me about 3 to 3.5 hours to complete this style. But again, that is considering this is my first time. So second time, I would imagine it probably would take me about 30 minutes less next time. So just kind of keep that in mind, to be patient with yourself. Don't get frustrated, and once you get the hang of it, it will be a lot easier to just kind of breeze through it. Like I mentioned earlier, you're just going to be connecting each box, each section to the one directly behind it. So you can see here, I don't know what the heck I'm doing. I'm just trying to figure out the best way to feed in the braid in front to the braid behind it. And once I did this a few times, I realized the best way for me to feed it in is to line the braid that's in the front with the section of the new braid that I'm creating, the section that's sitting in my right hand. I'm trying to figure out the best way to explain this, but if you just think about it for a second, you know when you split a braid into 3 sections, so the section of the new braid that I'm holding in my right hand, that's where I align to the braid that was in the front, and then I feed it into my new braid that way. So basically, I use my right hand, and also guys, this video is flipped, so it looks like my left hand, but it's really my right. I use my right hand to feed in my braid that's sitting in the front. Hopefully that makes some kind of sense. If it doesn't, I'm going to slow down my next section a little bit so that you guys can kind of watch it in normal time and get the hang of it. Okay, so for the sake of time, I went ahead and finished that side off camera, but this is what it ended up looking like. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rows on that side, and I believe I have the same amount, or yeah, I believe I have the same amount on the other side, so about 10 rows in total around the front. Now, here's the thing. I am not a braider at all. I am not good at braiding, and the good thing about this style is that you don't have to get your braids perfect. Your sections don't have to be perfect, but as long as you take your time with your parts and make sure you put some type of braiding gel on it so that everything's nice and smooth, it's gonna look really good regardless. Because I promise, as I was doing these, I was looking at this like, girl, what is this you are doing? But on camera, it actually looks really good. So this does not have to be perfect by any means, and I just really want you guys to keep that in mind. Okay, so boom, the front is all finished and this is what it's looking like. So for the back, all I'm gonna do is literally just cornrow my hair straight back, and then for the ends of those braids, I'm going to sew them down with the sewing needle and thread in between each braid. Literally, that's it. So y'all know, if you watch my quick weave videos, the same way that I do my quick weave foundation is how I'm gonna do the back with the rest of my hair, the rest of my leave out. Just cornrow it down straight back and then sew the braids in between each braid, and that's going to create a flat foundation. Time for the fun part. It's time to start crocheting the individual braids onto our foundation. So I had to do a few of them just because this is my first time and I had to figure out exactly how to do it first. But here's how we're going to do this. So you're going to take your crochet needle, stick it through towards the bottom of your braid, latch it onto the loop on the braid, pull it all the way through, latch the crochet on to the middle or the end of your braid, and then pull it through the loop. And it's literally that simple. Okay, I'm going to show you guys this a few times, so don't worry. I promise you'll get the hang of it. Okay, so again, we're going to take our crochet needle, slide it downward underneath our hair, take the crochet braid, latch it onto the crochet needle through the circular, the opening part, and then use the crochet needle to latch on to the braid itself, and then pull the braid upward through the crochet hole that's on the braid, and then just tighten it, and that's it. It's really that simple, y'all. I promise. You can already kind of see the illusion that this is going to give as I lift up the braids. And we're just going to continue to do the same method throughout the front of my head, and then I'm going to start to fill in the back shortly. Okay, and so it's the same method for the back, literally using the crochet needle and the crochet braid in the same way, except you don't have the sections, but you're just going to attach it to the cornrows that you have in the back. Literally, you can go up the cornrow, you can go in between the cornrow. All you're going to be doing is the same method, but just filling in the entire back section. Another thing that I do want to mention is when I was doing my braids for my foundation, I made sure not to do them super tight because I didn't want to have any issues pulling the crochet braids through my hair or inserting the crochet needle. So just keep that in mind. If you make your braids too tight, then it may be a little bit difficult for you to pull your crochet braids through. Okay, and boom, we are done. Like I mentioned earlier, all in all, this took me about 3.5 hours to do, which honestly, in my opinion, isn't that bad because think about it. Number one, you saved a ton of coin, okay? You did it yourself. You don't have to sit in a chair for 8, 10, 12 plus hours. It's super quick, something you can do at home if you need like a last minute cute protective style, or if you're like going on a last minute vacation and you can't get an appointment. So you can also do a bunch of different styles. You can do half up, half down. You can put them in a ponytail. When I work out, I love to do like half in a ponytail, half down. You can do something like this. This is also my go-to work style. So they're super versatile. You can do a lot of things with them. Also, not to mention, this is human hair, so there's no tangling. It is absolute perfection. And they included these goodies, which are super helpful during the installation process. And literally, this edge control brush has the perfect amount of firmness. So yeah, get you some. And this is how it turned out. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Leave a comment below, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.